Hello families, Miss Cat here. In this video, I want to talk to you about the importance of practical life. I know that in your package you're getting a lot of art and other material. We wish we had enough practical life to send you home, but we don't. However, the good news is you have a lot of this at home already. Some of these things you can order on Amazon. They might be fun and good to have. And I also put that link on the newsletter that for Montessori services. Some of these things are easy, like the slicers that you can get that are inexpensive. But I want to remind everybody that practical life is the most important aspect of a child's life at home and at school. They need practical life. Practical life meets all of their needs for exploration, for movement, growth, fine concentration. It helps them feel safe and secure. They know they have a place, they have purpose. It gives a sense of community, of independence, and it brings joy because the activities inherently in them provide for repetition and order and the movements that children need. It helps the child's body, mind, and spirit integrate. So it is extremely important to offer practical life at home. I know Miss Eugenia has shown a few lessons on how to do practical life, and Miss Tyler showed you a video of her practical life at home. And I want to show you some samples of new items that I have prepared, or something that you've already seen, but I want to show you and tell you the importance of practical life again. So again, practical life is anything that is self-care skills, anything that involves caring for yourself, for others, and the environment. So learning how to put your clothes on, brushing your teeth, brushing your hair, those are all self-care skills that can be made into beautiful, fun lessons to aid the child in independence. Taking care of the environment involves cleaning, sweeping, caring for plants, caring for animals. Those are important for children to have, to know that their interconnectedness with the world and that it is part of our duty to love and care for animals and plants and others. Our mom and our dad and our siblings, we can care for them and love them and show them gratitude by giving them an arrangement of flowers or offering them food or drinks. And then the last area of practical life is care of the environment, and that creates community and a sense of purpose and real work, which makes me feel powerful. I have agency. I have important things to do as well here. I have my own towels and my own cleaning works available so that I can be a participant member of this community. That self-esteem is really what gives the Montessori child that personality, that they belong and that they are important. So those three areas are the areas of practical life. I'm going to show you a few of the material that we have available and tell you a little bit about the characteristics. In the previous videos, I talked about the prepared environment. So remember, everything has a purpose and a place. If you chose this basket and these white towels for wiping up spills, these are it. You can't decide to switch them out tomorrow. Like, children from 0 to 6 need so much order. The more external order they have, the more they start to integrate and absorb that order internally. So they need order. They need this basket and these towels to be for floor. You can have a different basket and a different color for table. But having things that are very specific and color coordinated is very helpful to their sense of order. Remembering they're developing that sense of order, which helps them feel safe and secure in the world. So it's very important to have order at this age. This is our basket that we use for wiping up spills, because we make a lot of spills, and that is okay. We have to have a friendly attitude towards error. We have all the tools we need to clean up our spills. This is our window cleaning. Miss Eugenia and Reina showed us a video on this. This is the yellow spray bottle with a yellow squeegee and towel that are for window cleaning. And it has the same place in the same cabinet. We don't move it. We don't switch out the material. This is my caring for plants work. There's a watering can that's child size, that they know how to get water, and they can go water plants that are at their level. If you don't have any plants at their level, that's an easy, fun, practical activity to do. You can lower your plant, or you can go buy them a few plants right now at Home Depot or any plant store that they can water. And it's got the same tray, same watering can, and a little sponge. So if I make a spill, I can wipe it up. That this all belongs together, and you know that this is for plants. So we can't switch it out and decide that tomorrow this pitcher is for something else. It has to be for plants always. This is our table cleaning. So notice everything in practical life needs to be contained. Children at this age they don't have that order yet. When we become adults, or even elementary children, we have that order. We can start creating things on our own and picking up things here and there and making our own material and tools. Under the age of 6, they don't have that yet. They're still creating that, so they need things to be contained so that they understand and remember what it's for, and it gives them a visual representation of what the work is for and how to do it. So everything is in a tray or a basket, contained as it needs to be. They also don't have the concentration to go looking for things. If you ask them, oh, go get the peeler here and the bowl here and that, they lost interest or they lost focus. So that's why it all needs to be in one place, all contained. So this is for table cleaning. It's all there. And if you have a towel, then the towel will go in here. Table cleaning. This is vegetable scrubbing. That's a fun activity that your children can do. And Miss Eugenia was suggesting also having a larger basket in your car that the children can help put groceries in, and that large basket the children can take inside of produce. That would help them with their gross motor development, having something heavy to carry, and it's a job and a responsibility they can do. Then when they get inside, they can get their vegetable scrubbing. It's got everything we need here. You put the apple here, or vegetable and fruit. You go get water, you pour it in. Now I gotta scrub that water. You could also have a spray bottle if you use a vegetable scrub and fruit veg scrub of any kind, so they can scrub it and rinse it, and they can rinse it again. You could even do it at the sink if you like. You can take it to the sink and they can go do that in the sink. So this is vegetable scrubbing. It's a very simple and easy lesson that you can do at home with your children, but it's all contained, it's color coded, and it all goes together, and it always stays on the same place on the shelf. I know Miss Eugenia showed you guys a lesson on peeling cucumbers, but remember, so everything needs to be contained in one area. We prepare it for the children. It's got the tray, it's got all the tools they'll need right there, the bowl for compost, everything is contained. If it's a cucumber or a carrot, then you would put it in a longer tray or just here on the side. But you would have to organize it and make sure that things fit, and then hopefully they're able to carry it, that it fits in their hands, and that they're able to maneuver it to a table. It can be challenging, and they do drop it a lot, and that's okay. That's part of the work, is that balancing the material is part of that gross motor development that it aids with. So these are some of the important things of the Montessori practical life areas, that things need to be beautiful, attractive, and good repair. It needs to be prepared by us in a contained tray or basket, and it has to go in the same place every day. Now at home you only need 3 or 4 things, so it shouldn't take too long. It can take 10-15 minutes that morning or the previous night to prepare it, but it'll make the world of difference when they wake up and they're like, oh, I have my shelf ready, I have my watering can ready so I can water the plants, I have my spray bottle for whenever I make a spill, and I have we also have like cutie work or Clementine work. I have my work ready to make myself a snack, so they feel special and they know that you have put the time and effort to prepare their environment, and then they start to act and interact with their environment, which helps them feel happy, joyful, orderly, and secure. All right, so I hope that is helpful, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Bye. Hello Casa families, Miss Cat here. Today I want to talk to you about the difference between work and toys. So in Montessori we do talk a lot about the word work, and I know some people don't like that word, but it's a beautiful word. It's what we all do. We love working. Working with our hands is important, and we all understand that the child's work is to develop themselves, their personality, their brain, their body, who they will be. So they are working. Everything that they do is important work. But whenever we are prepared, we understand child development, we are observing our child, and we prepare their environment, then we can aid them in that work. And that's what we call work. The practical life, or the material we have set up for them on a shelf, their work, and it gives them that importance that this is material, this is a train, this is work. It's meaningful and important work. So this is our watercolor work, right? And this is for watercolor. Inevitably, especially when children get a little bit older, around 2.5, they start imagining and doing a lot of creative play, and that's beautiful and that's perfect. We want to see them imagining and doing creative play. However, this paintbrush is for doing watercolors. Again, remember they're in a need for a lot of order and consistency. So if they start, pretend playing with them, it's not going to hurt anybody, but be like, oh, I see you want to pretend play. So this is our special brush for watercolors. Let me show you some toys we can pretend play with. I really enjoy seeing you pretend that that's an airplane. Let's go find something fun that we can use for pretend play. So having open-ended things for children, like blocks, puzzles, toys, and art, clay, and even recycled things like pieces of wood, cardboard. Recycled items are really fun for them to have, to be really creative with. So here's a basket of blocks, and this is on a different shelf. So we do try to separate. Like if we have practical life, I recommend doing that in the kitchen, having art in a different area on a different shelf, and having toys on a different shelf, if at all possible. That way it helps them organize that these are different things. These are our blocks. Look, we can play with these. I'm gonna build something. What are you gonna build? An important point I want to touch on with toys and play is allow the child to be the one to lead. They don't have a lot of agency yet. We kind of control and decide what happens to them every single day. The only area that they get to choose and that they get to have control over is play. So spending at least 10-15 minutes a day with them and allowing them to lead the play is very important. So it's fun, and I get that people love to play, and that's great. If you love to play with children and you're really imaginative, but try to allow them to create on their own and to lead you in the play, because that's really important for them emotionally. It also helps them navigate and process what they're feeling and seeing and hearing. Play is very important for that. So what I would do is I would bring out the basket. Remember, as you can see, it's only a few of them. I don't have 200 of them out, just a few in this basket that goes here in the same place. I'm gonna build something. What are you gonna build? Let them tell you what they're gonna build. And be like, oh no, don't build that, build a castle. Let them build what they want to build. And as they're building, let them tell you about it. Sometimes we take over because we keep talking, and I know language development is very important at this age, but we also have to find that balance of reading and singing to them, but also pause, because language is a two-way stream, right? And so we speak, but we need to let them speak as well. And we need to give those long pauses and time for them to speak and be creative and share what they're doing, what they're thinking and feeling. Instead of telling, oh, build this now. No, do that. Don't do that. No, you want to do it with this block. No, not like that. Like this. Do this. And that's why kids get frustrated, because sometimes adults take over, or adults are not interested and they're sitting here on the phone. So I recommend at least 2 times a day, 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the afternoon or in the evening of undivided attention. Put your phone away and just welcome and be like, what would you like to work or play with together today? Let's do something. This is our time. This is mommy, daughter time right now. What do you want to do together? Let them choose. Let them lead the play. And don't tell them what to do or how to play it if you don't agree with it or you don't like it. If people are dying or people are being mean in their play, that's okay. That's how they are processing things. So allow them to be creative and just join them and be present there, and you can create your own thing. But if they're like, no, mommy, and then they'll start controlling you, because that's what we do. So you can navigate that, and that's an important way to connect with your child and to communicate. Be like, oh, I hear you. Okay, you want me to do it like this? But if you don't like it, be like, I don't like it when you talk to me that way. I didn't like it when you said that to me. I wanted to build with this pink one. How about I build and use the colors I want to use, and you build and use the colors you want to use? And then that's where we can model grace and courtesy and loving communication with our children. So I hope that that is helpful in giving you a little bit of guidance whenever you're home. I know you guys are brilliant and amazing families, and you know all of this, but these might be some reminders right now. I know that things are a little bit crazy, but Giving them those few minutes and remembering that these are toys for play and exploration. This is work, and we're not going to mix them, and just be gentle and respectful. And reminder, that brush is for vegetable scrubbing. You forgot, it's okay. Let's put the brush back for vegetable scrubbing, and let's go get our toys. I see you want to pretend play. What are we going to pretend play with today? And having a variety of 3 things for them to choose, so let them choose. You want to work with the blocks? Oh, you want to do Play-Doh, or you want to do the cars? Which one are we going to pretend with? What do you want to pretend? Let them lead it, and pause. Just listen and let them lead it. Another useful thing that we do for the toddlers is watch. This is how we put them back. I don't know if you noticed that I take out one thing at a time and I put one thing back at a time. It's very important because it helps with that concentration, that order, repetition, motor development, and that gentle touch and respect for things. It's helping them with their grasp and with their control of movement, as well as respecting things. So we don't dump. We're not rushing. We want to do things slowly and carefully with grace and gentleness. So the more you model that and you exaggerate it, watch this. Watch. Your turn. You're excited and you make it a big deal, then the more excited that they'll be to do it with you and to want to practice that skill. Or they might be still and dump it and be like, oh, okay, that's all right too. But as long as you're modeling it, eventually they'll start doing it. If you're doing it with a lot of grace and joy. And again, just be silly, have fun, and email us if you have any questions.